Alright, what's up everybody? I want to facilitate this fact before I start the deck profile. I've been playing Speedroid for about 2 or 3 years now, and synchro summoning aside from ritual is pretty much my favorite summoning mechanic. And I'm really glad we got this new card. It definitely helps out the deck, and the deck is certainly in no way, shape, or form a tier 1, but it's one of those old types of decks that I like to play a lot. So let's get into the deck profile. Now I want to play only one ice spell. I don't want to play 2 or 3 like I usually do. Basically, normal summon this card and you get to actually special summon a glass spell. I want to play 2 of these ones. There's no need for 3. And basically, when this card is special summon, you can get this card out. So if there's 2 wind monsters on the field, which usually there would be in this type of play, you can special summon this card to the field and go into synchro play. I'm sorry about the glare. I'll try my best. But I can't really justify any more of a ratio than this. Now going into your Speedroids, triple horse stilts. Normal summon this card, you can special summon a Speedroid from your hand. Speedroid double yo-yo. Basically, when this is normal summon, you can special summon a Speedroid monster from the graveyard. And in this way, it actually keeps the deck somewhat consistent. I don't really want to play any more than 2. Some of the cards I play, I don't really want to play 3 of because it does clog up the deck, and you need as much resources as you can possibly get. I want to play 2 Speedroid Oka Kid. So basically, when this card is normal summon, you can target 1 tuner monsters in either player's graveyard, special summon it, but the off chance is you must go into a synchro summon. You can't just normal summon it, get special summon, and just hold it on the field to go into a link. You have to actually go into a special summon for a synchro, and that's why I can't justify it any more than that. Your Speedroid engine. Unfortunately, I don't have the other Taketamborg. It's basically a great way to actually go into another synchro summon play, and it's a nice little mechanic. Too bad we only have this back at only 1. If we have this at least 2, it'll make the deck much more consistent than what it really is. Now, trying to clear this out of the way for you, because there's a lot of monsters. I try to fit them all in. Anyways, 2 Speedroid Denden Daiko Duke. When this card, you can basically banish this card to special summon a Speedroid tuner monster from your hand or graveyard and accept this card, so that way I can only justify having 2 of them. The next you want to play is 3 Speedroid Red Eye Dice. Basically, when this card is normal summon, you can have any other of your Speedroid monsters on your field and change the level from 1 to 6, and it's a neat and fast way to actually go into a play. And if you have like 1 for 1, you can just special summon this card. So, and it does work off, just not just normal summon, but you can also special summon, and you'll still get the effect. 1 Speed Triad dice. Basically, it's your negate. It's your negate effect. It's the thing that can protect you. There's another Speedroid monster, like Manko, I think it's called, which can pretty much do the same thing, but it's a level 5, and it's just not as practical. There's certainly no need for it. And here's an interesting twist. Unknown Synchro. You can only use this once per duel. Same thing. You can get off the 1 for 1 effect, and you can special summon this from your hand. And it's a good way to actually get another additional synchro summon. Now, this is the only dark monster in the deck. Next, here's an interesting twist. 1 Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. It's not usually meant for the actual effect to destroy an opponent's monster. Technically, I play a small, very, very minor psychic engine, like pretty much nothing at all. I will be adding a new psychic engine to this deck in the future. Unfortunately, I don't have the cards, otherwise I'd put in this deck. Some more additional hand traps, Drone Lockbird. I don't have Ash Blossoms anymore, someone stole it. So I'm just substituting this off. If you don't want to play this, you can just take this out and put in 3 Ash Blossoms, or just put in 2 Ash. It's whatever is preferable by your standards. Next, basically your Monster Reborn, Speed Recovery. Awesome card. I'm glad we didn't get hit on the ban list for this sort of thing. Next thing, Shock Surprise. Get whatever Speedroid monsters into your grave, and then you can basically banish them. And if you want them back, you can always use an Omega and get them back on the field. So technically, I thought about cutting this to 2, but nah. There's some instances where I have to have a 3rd one, and it just helps protecting you. And if there's any problematic cards, you definitely want to get rid of as much cards in the field as possible. Speed Lift. Got to play 3 of them. So basically what this card is, if you have exactly 1 tuner and no other monsters, you can special summon 1 level 4 Speedroid monsters from your deck. Either player can activate a card's or effects in the activation to this effect, and that's really good. It's another way to protect you and make the deck much more consistent than what it is. Again, I apologize about the glare. One limiter removal. If I had a second one, believe me, I would put it in this deck. Especially if you're going to use like high Speedroid Chanbara, and you can always use the effect with this, boost it to 8,000. So originally it's 2,000 attack points, get to 4,000. Just play this because it's a machine. You can get it to 8,000. One card kill. 1 for your level 1s. Another reason to actually make the deck more consistent. Emergency teleport for your Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. Basically, just special summon it. I would have placed a second Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, but I wanted to keep this deck as minimal as possible. I don't really want to have it go over like 40 cards. It just makes it much more problematic. Your Sullen package. Again, I would like to put in a second strike. I don't have strike anymore. The other strike, I have no idea what happened to it, but normally you just play 2 Sullen strikes. But in this case, I'm placing Sullen Warning. That's basically it for the main deck. Now, moving on to the extra deck. Actually, no, that's not it. Okay. New cards. Love this one. High Speedroid Rubber Band Shooter. Another reason to play this deck now, it's really worth your time. All the cards in this deck is, for the most part, very cost effective. Maybe Crystal Wings like going to be 10 or 12 bucks, but big deal. So, hold on, I can't read this. So basically what this card does is during your main phase, immediately after this card resolves, normal summon a one wind monster. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except for synchro monsters, so there's still some restrictions. You can also banish a wind monster from your extra deck, reveal 2 speedrun monsters, your opponent picks 1, adds it to your hand, and the other one goes off to the grave. And you can only use this effect once per turn. One Linkuriboh. Really, really glad we got this. So glad. I've been playing Dawn of a New Era. Linkuriboh to protect your monsters. It's I don't really play too much Link monsters, but this one I definitely could not ignore. I had to place this one in. Again, I apologize about the glare. Next one, High Speedroid Kite Drake. Yeah, another really nice new card to have. Basically, if it's synchro summon, you can always have one of the actual effects. Hold on, sorry again. Destroy all cards on the field or negate the evasive effect of an opponent's monsters currently in control. You can only use this effect once per turn. Really glad we got this. Another great addition. And the thing about this card I really like the most is because it's like a higher level, you don't have to worry about actually getting rid of more than 2 monsters for it, like 3 monsters. You really want to make this as consistent and as fast as possible. If you deal with synchro monsters like Mistworm, a card I would like to put in, and it's going to take up 3 monsters to special summon it, it's going to hurt you very much. You want to be able to go into your Link summons and your synchro summons as quick as possible. I would like to play, there's a Great Fly, I believe. It's a Link summon, but requires 2 monsters and it's too weak, couldn't justify it. Clearwing Synchro Dragon to help with your Crystal Wing. Clearwing Fast. Again, I would have liked to actually placed another Clearwing, but there's no room. The extra deck is extremely tight. Hopefully you get 20 cards in the extra deck. New rule. Double Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, the best card in the deck, aside from maybe like the new Synchro Dragon, the new Synchro card, and the Link we have. Couldn't justify a third. Really awesome card. Unfortunately, because it's not a machine, you couldn't really use like limiter removal to help boost its power. But anyways, it basically negates, and during damage calculation, you can increase the attack of that card. Now, here's something interesting for you. Okay. One Garden Rose Maiden. I've never seen anybody else play this. Okay, here's the thing. Say you special summon this card. This gets killed, and you want to go into a Link summon. And this card basically means when this card goes to the graveyard, you can actually special summon a Dragon-type monster from your graveyard. So if you want to sacrifice this for a Link summoner, you just want to ditch it off for whatever reason, you can get a Crystal Wing back on the field as much as possible. You can't really... I've never really seen anybody else use this card in this deck for this sort of thing. One High Speedroid Chanbara, I would have loved to put a second one in there, but just no room. For the off occasions that you want to actually negate your opponent's effects, Stardust Charge Warrior. You can always go into a higher synchro summon, or if you have any higher level synchro monsters, if you want to sync up again, there's basically special summon it, you get to draw a card. It's added bonus. Cyframe Lord Omega, in case you banish too many cards and you want to be able to get them back in the graveyard, so you can get off their effects again. Again, really would have loved to put a second one in there. And Starlight Red Dragon Archfiend, for destruction plays. Again, I really wished we can actually get the extra deck to 40 cards. I doubt Konami will change their mind. But yeah, that's it for the extra deck. For the side deck, it's not really too special. I mean, just some added cards I put in. The other Chanbara, Black Rose Dragon for destruction for special summoning. Same thing, destroy a single monster your opponent controls. The other Clearwing Synchro Dragon. The reason why I played the Clearwing fast is because you want to be able to put it into the Pendulum Zone. So you can special summon it later. Underclock Taker, Great Fly. Again, would have liked to have put it in, but it's just too weak of a monster, especially for the cost of 2 monsters. The other Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. Again, it could be another hand trap if you want. Denko Second to protect yourself. Honest, because there's a lot of light monsters, and well, let's face it, it's useful. 2 Return of the Dragon Lord, so in case if you don't want to use that Rose Maiden Synchro card, you can always use this to get back your Synchro Dragons. Additional Solemn Package, Solemn Warning. The other hand trap, you could side this out for another Ash Blossom. And, you know, Wind Witch Ice Bell, another one, just in case. I mean, there's the off chance you might need a second one. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Speedroid deck profile. I have many more other decks coming for you. I'm going to post that in the description, so you can stay tuned for that in case if you're interested in sticking around. And yeah, please rate, comment, subscribe, share, and okay, goodbye.